This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, the games are back and we have action from 4 different sports. In football, we'll see San Ramon Valley battle Las Lomas. Burlingame meets Half Moon Bay and action from 6 other football games.
We'll have water polo from the West Catholic League, including St. Francis in presentation, and softball with College Park and Alhambra, plus the Los Gatos mountain bike star in his bumpy road to success. It's all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. The craziness begins this week as sports open up with games played in a wide variety of sports.
That's right, football and softball in the same week. We start with football, and the best team in the Bay Area year after year, De La Salle, opening at home against Stockton Power St. Mary's on Saturday night. The St. Mary's cheerleaders making the drive from Stockton to cheer on their Rams. Late in the first quarter, no score as De La Salle's Dorian Hale tosses to the big tight end Brody Tagaloa, who we featured a few weeks back. Brody punishing some defenders, but the Spartans' drive stalled. Next series for the Spartans, hand it to Nico Torres, and look at the blocking for Nico as he flies through the hole and races 60 yards for the score, and the Spartans take a 7-0 lead. Back come the Rams, Nathan Arnado firing downfield, and open there is Jaden Marshall, and Jaden strolls into the end zone, a 50-yard touchdown pass. After a St. Mary's score, the Spartans answer back as Hale throws it out to Bryant Meredith, who barrels his way into the end zone 34 yards. The Spartans are up 14-13. The Spartans tighten it up on defense. Here's Chase Tofeo Ono with one of his 2 sacks in the game right there. And St. Mary's trying to retake the lead, but this one is picked off by the Spartans. Lou Hearns and the Rams drive stalls. The Spartans trying to extend the lead right before the half, but the Rams' John Ohan is in the backfield and he gets the sack. It's a 1-point game at the half. Third quarter, toss it back to Nico Torres, and this time Nico takes it around the end, turns on the jets and races 40 yards, Nico's second long TD run of the game as the Spartans take a 21-13 lead. Later in the third, handed to Mackay Norfleet, who follows his blockers, breaks a tackle, and gets into the end zone. The Spartans extending their lead 28-13. But the Rams come back. A nice drive ends with this Tyree Washington 7-yard run as Tyree pounds his way into the end zone. It's 28-19. The Rams looking for more, but again the Spartans defense coming up big as Robbie Vanderglot gets a huge sack late, and then it's fleet of foot Mackay Norfleet with just great blocking by the Spartans line, a 34-yard touchdown, and De La Salle survives a hard-fought win. 35-27, Torres and Norfleet leading a strong running game for the Spartans.
San Mateo's Shady Cobty riling up his Bearcats in the team's season opener against Cappuccino. Opening kickoff, Isaac Nishimoto is the returner for the Mustangs, making his way up the near sideline, and he gets past everybody. Cap's season begins with an 82-yard kickoff return, and just like that, it's 7-0, but 1 minute later, the Bearcats get him back. Marco Martin gets the handoff, jukes the defender on his way in for 6, and after less than 2 minutes of play, the score is tied at 7. The Mustangs have 2 outstanding running backs on the roster this year. This is senior Justin Verna, and he is a workhorse. A few plays later, Verna gets rewarded, and he punches it in for 6. Cap's defensive line looking just as strong as its offense, and right before the half, here is Kaleko Leo, Manu Kainiu, and Renzo McInnes teaming up for the tackle. San Mateo trying to get something going. Quarterback Dane Anderson fakes the shovel pass and goes right, and Anderson finds room to run a solid 10-yard pickup to keep the chains moving, but the Mustang D-line holding it down. Sionatane Leua says, "You want to come this way? Not a chance." The score is 21-7 Cap at the half. And they extend their lead in the third. Quarterback Devin Meyer finds receiver Nicholas Caruso in the end zone, and Nicholas comes down with it. The Mustang kicker Amber Busani was 5 for 5 on the night, kicking extra points. Amber also a star on the soccer field. The offensive star in this one, Nishimoto Isaac, breaking tackle after tackle for nearly a 40-yard pickup, and we finish this Cap drive in the fourth. Meyer saying hi to his fans before handing it off to Nishimoto, Nishimoto to give Isaac his second touchdown as the Mustangs gallop to a 35-14 victory over a tough San Mateo team. I'll tell ya, Cap's D-line is divine. Now to the pool, where the Valley Christian Warriors open up their season hosting a tough MITTY team. The Monarchs on the board first. Tara Khan shakes off her defender and buries it in the near quarter for the first MITTY goal of the season. 3 minutes later, it's the Warriors' turn to score. It's Kira Blitzer doing so in fantastic fashion. Watch the spin move from the freshman. And Kira adds on another a minute later, the pass from teammate Daisy to Queen, and Blitzer goes top shelf. A great showing for the freshman in her first match. 2-1 Warriors. MITTY goalkeeper Megan Campagna blocks the next shot, and after one period, it's 2-1 Valley. Jumping ahead, 40 seconds until the half, it's 3-1 Warriors. MITTY's Sydney Chansey feeds Kennedy Coulter a fantastic shot from long. The Warriors lead is 3-2 at the half. MITTY with a tough task going up against Valley keeper Talar Yerganian, a great block to her left midway through the third. Riley Sandori to DeQueen, and Valley pulls ahead 6-3. MITTY looking for late game momentum, but Yerganian was impenetrable. Talar with a whopping 16 saves in this one. She's a sophomore. But MITTY's Bella Senizal finds the top corner of the net from distance, and with a penalty shot, MITTY cuts the Warrior lead to 1. Valley Christian stops MITTY's chance at a comeback. Zoe Slocum, Dana Santos, then Sandori from long as the Warriors defeat the MITTY Monarchs 7-5 in the season opener. It's all smiles. Freshman Blitzer with 3 goals and Yerganian 16 saves. Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner each week.
Let's check in on the cheer team from Buchanan High School.
You are so free, the Texas Spring. Buchanan Bears coming through in the red, white, and blue. In the car, we ride slow. We do the things that the girls don't do. We stand, girls dance, rainbow, catch bags. Buchanan. I won't ride it all night long. Let's go Bears! If you got it my way, I won't drive it all night long. Bear Nation!
Coming up, it's the NCS Monster Game with Campolindo and Freedom.
And later, the top mountain bike star from Los Gatos. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports presented by US Bank.
This is the gap that opened up when everything shut down. But entrepreneurs never stopped and found solutions that kept them going. At US Bank, we can help you adapt and evolve your business, no matter what you're facing. Because when you close the gap, a world of possibility opens. US Bank, we'll get there together.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
1, 2, 3.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
Go to SB Live California as your destination for the very best in local high school sports coverage online. SB Live brings sports fans exclusive articles, highlights, coaches, polls, and photo galleries. Get the SB Live app for the latest scores from games played all around the Bay Area and California. This season, SB Live brings you exclusive content in partnership with 49ers Cal High Sports. Follow us at SB Live CA on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. SB Live, the Bay Area's first destination for the latest in high school sports.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives. By Stevens Creek Chevrolet, find new roads. By Wingstop, order Wingstop's new all-in bundle, just $19.99. See wingstop.com for restrictions and details. And by Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact.
We are back with the NCS Monster Game, this one featuring two East Bay teams with traditions of success.
That's right, Camp Lindo led by longtime head coach Kevin Macy. The Cougars with a talented squad again this season. Campo traveling to Freedom to meet the Falcons team like everyone else. Very excited to play a real game. It's this week's NCS Monster Game. Our Danielle Podlosky was there.
Friday night football under the lights. There's nothing better. Camp Lindo taking on Freedom in its first matchup of the season. For the Cougars, senior wide receiver Maxwell Weaver is a player to keep your eye on. The Davison commit recorded 31 catches and 6 touchdowns in 2019. On the other side, Freedom senior defensive back Tyler Lopolo is anchoring the Falcons defense. Lopolo was a 2019 first-team All-League defensive back. Lopolo can be used in multiple positions for Freedom, including wide receiver. It's Camp Lindo versus Freedom in this week's Monster Game. Second quarter, scoreless game. Freedom in control. Les Callan on the move finds Lopolo in the end zone. The Falcons' first touchdown of the season. Freedom up 6-0. Camp Lindo gets on the board right after. Jacob Greisel launches it to a wide-open Max Heffernan, who takes it to the house. The Cougars tie it up 6-6. Callan now dodges the tackle, has room, and sends it right to Lopolo for the score. 13-6 Freedom. A back-and-forth quarter. The Cougars have the ball with just seconds remaining in the first half. Greisel fires one to Weaver. He's taken down, but he's in. Freedom up by 1 at the half. Third quarter, Freedom up 20-12. Greisel with a beautiful pass to Joey Schmidt for 6. And the Cougars are going for 2. Greisel throws it to Weaver, who makes the catch, and is all tied up. Freedom makes a field goal and takes the lead 23-20. But Greisel fires one down the middle to Weaver yet again. Weaver takes it all the way in for the score. Camp Lindo gets the win 27-23. Here's Maxwell Weaver on what it means to him to be back playing football.
It's a blessing, to be honest. I mean, all my friends, I'm going to get emotional if I talk about it, but I love these boys to death. I've been growing up with them since 2nd grade, and it means the world to me.
In Oakley with the Monster Game, I'm Danielle Podlosky, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The St. Francis Lancers getting some practice shots in before the game. Bellarmine gets on the board first. Hunter Pilarski passes outside to Connor Long, who fights off a defender and fires it past the keeper, but the Lancers keep it close early. Nicholas Verstak with the pass inside to Terrence O'Donnell, who beats the keeper for the goal. St. Francis takes the lead late in the quarter. Verstak's shot is saved, but right there for the second chance is Carter Sayar, and it's 3-2 Lancers after 1. Second quarter, and the Bellarmine Bells answer back. Connor Long over to Eric Ellison for the goal. Then it's Johnny Kujawa to Connor Long for another Bellarmine goal as the Bells take a 7-5 lead at the half. St. Francis is looking to stay within striking distance. Brody Gashguy finds Verstak, who gets past his defender and finds the back of the net for the goal, but the Bells begin to pull away. Johnny Kujawa over to Razvan Alistar for the goal. He's a freshman. Bellarmine on the attack again. Alistar passing to his fellow freshman Philip Long, who gets his shot past the keeper. The Bells get one more just before the buzzer. Connor heaves it deep, and Connor finds the net for the goal as Bellarmine takes a 5-goal lead after 3. St. Francis trying to mount a comeback late. O'Donnell passes inside to Sayar for the goal, but this game belongs to the Bells. Kujawa finds Connor Long on the breakaway, and Connor lobs it past the keeper as Bellarmine wins their first game of the season. Connor Long leading the Bellarmine attack with 6 goals.
Two of the Bay Area's very best. It's the Menlo Knights taking on the Harker Eagles on Thursday. The number 1 match featuring the Knights' Addie Ahlstrom and Harker's Emily Novikov. Emily smashes this one for the point, but this match was close the entire way. Addie Ahlstrom showing why she is one of the best tennis players anywhere. A nice volley right there. Now it's Novikov's turn to answer back. Emily shows off the backhand shot, and she finds the back of the court. She's a sophomore. Ahlstrom this time gets her forehand shot for the point. Addie going to Brown University next year. But Emily Novikov returns the favor with a nice serve and a strong forehand past her opponent there. This match would go on to set 3, where Ahlstrom would take control as she gets another forehand shot for the point. One more for Addie as she hits this one across the court, and that one is not coming back as Ahlstrom wins her match in 3 tough sets. An impressive, hard-fought win for the Knights, Addie Ahlstrom. Now we take a look at another top tennis player in the Bay Area. This is Harker's Sophie Hernandez with a nifty shot for the point. She would go on to win set 1, 6-1. But the Knights have a formidable number 2 in Trisha Zhang. Trisha gets a powerful volley right there. Zhang continues to show off her strength with a terrific forehand shot and placing it beautifully just inside the line. Hernandez trying to pull away as she returns the volley and sends it past her opponent for the point. Trisha Zhang would mount a late comeback down 5-2 in set 2 with a blistering forehand shot, and that one is not coming back. But in the end, Sophie Hernandez would win a very close set 2, putting this one away with the forehand shot as Harker wins 4 of the 7 matches on the day to beat Menlo and end the Knights' 266-match winning streak. A big day for the Harker Eagles.
Cal Hope is working to make it easier for teens to battle through the emotional stress of the pandemic.
Here's this week's Cal Hope mental health tip.
Call your healthcare provider if anxiety interferes with your daily activities. It's okay to ask for help. Your doctor can help you make the right play and deal with your worries and concerns during these challenging times. We're all going through this, so you're not alone.
Coming up, we head to the hills with a top mountain biker from Los Gatos.
And Burlingame battles Half Moon Bay. Those highlights are next.
People always asking me what I got on. They be like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Invis is everything braces isn't. More comfortable, fewer emergency appointments. Invisalign.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from Cal Hope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.org. Cal Hope, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Invis is everything braces isn't. Eating the food you love, life uninterrupted. Invisalign.
We are the Half Moon Bay High School Marching Band.
And you're watching 49ers Cal High
Sports Report.
We are back with football action from the Peninsula. Several Peninsula teams in action this first week. We showed you Cappuccino and San Mateo earlier. Now it's Burlingame traveling to Half Moon Bay.
The Cougars from Half Moon Bay were undefeated in the regular season last year and look very good again this year. And the return of star running back Tristan Hoffman, now a senior who ran for 1,300 yards last season. It's Burlingame at Half Moon Bay Friday night.
Limited fans in the stands for this game, so this family got creative early on. Burlingame driving. Wyatt McGovern back to throw. He fires over the middle to Jackson Giavara, and the senior is down just short of the end zone. But the Cougars defense holds. Tristan Hoffman in first. Peter Valdez wraps him up. The Panthers miss a field goal, and we stay scoreless. Later in the first, hand it to Hoffman as Tristan barrels his way up the middle for a Half Moon Bay first down. Same drive, second quarter. Now this time it's Burlingame coming up with a big defensive play. That's the quarterback McGovern with a nice tackle for loss. But the Cougars get the score. William Moffitt fires firing on the slant to Luke James, 12 yards, and a 7-0 Half Moon Bay lead. Burlingame fighting back, barreling through the middle for a first down. Isaac Frankel leading to a short field goal at 7-3. Later in the second, the Cougars driving again and again. It's Moffitt to James, a nice catch in traffic. Same drive, Moffitt tosses it to Hoffman, who weaves his way through the defense before he's smashed at the 38-yard line. They're in mid-season hitting form. The Cougars cash in here as Moffitt tosses over the middle to Hoffman, who pinballs his way into the end zone. Cougars up 13-3 at the half. No scoring in the third, but in the fourth, Ryan Call back to throw, rolling out and finding a wide open Charlie Coach, who is all alone. He makes the catch, but is run down by James just short of the end zone. A short time later, it's Call firing out to Kyle Sieben, and the Panthers pull to within 3 at 13-10 after this touchdown. 4 minutes left. Half Moon Bay trying to run out the clock, and Connor Kwosig says, "I'll run out the clock." Connor goes 50 yards for the game-clinching score as Half Moon Bay wins a tight one. 19-10 is the final. Tristan Hoffman awesome on both sides of the ball for the victorious Half Moon Bay Cougars.
U.S. Bank brings stories each week of inspirational athletes who amaze us in all sorts of ways.
Danielle Podlaski has the story of a mountain biker from Los Gatos finding great success navigating the trail to the top of the mountain.
Ethan Jeffrey learned how to ride a bike at a very young age. Now a junior at Los Gatos, Ethan rides nearly every day and competes in races all over. A crisp, sunny day in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Racing through the tight paths and rugged terrain is Los Gatos junior mountain biker Ethan Jeffrey, a top competitor who loves the speed of the sport.
Just the feeling of just going fast, just having the trees whiz by you, just going as fast as you can.
Ethan's dad is a mountain biker himself. Ethan started riding a bike when he was just a toddler.
He actually rode a two-wheeler for the first time without training wheels on his second birthday.
It was love at first ride. Ethan started riding competitively in the 7th grade. Ethan competes in 2 different styles of mountain biking, enduro and cross country.
Enduro is you race downhill, but you also have to climb uphill to get to the top of the stage to go down. Cross-country racing is basically you race in a circle for a couple laps and it's uphill and downhill and you're just tested on endurance and cardio. I definitely prefer enduro because it just mainly focuses on downhill racing and faster times.
Ethan joined the Los Gatos mountain bike cross-country team as a freshman. Ethan's dad is the head coach and is proud of how far Ethan's riding has come.
The progression, especially over like the last, since he was a freshman in high school, and actually then starting to race enduro, you have to have a combination of, even though you're getting timed on the downhills, you're pinned the whole time. And so you're completely anaerobic and have to be able to handle a bike on technical, sometimes extremely technical trails, and come away unscathed in the fastest time you can.
Racing has taken this adrenaline junkie all over the West Coast and even to a different country.
The series that I race for is called the California Enduro Series, but all the races range from Oregon all the way down to Mexico. So I've raced in Ashland, all over the Sierra Nevadas, North Star, a place called China Peak, Auburn, all the way down to Big Bear in Southern California, and all the way down to Ensenada in Mexico.
Ethan rides 6 to 7 times a week.
So this week I've ridden every day. It's usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays I practice with my cross-country team, and then Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and sometimes Sundays I ride by myself or with my friends riding around here in Santa Cruz.
With steep hills and windy, bumpy trails, mountain biking can be a dangerous sport.
The thing with mountain biking as well as like dirt biking and other things like that, it's not a question of if you're going to crash, it's a question of when and how protected you are to recover from that or prevent you from serious injury.
My crashes don't typically scare me from the sport. They mainly just fuel me to do better, but I did break my collarbone one time because I crashed in my backyard actually. But other than that, I haven't crashed too bad until then. I'd like to keep that streak going.
Mountain biking also involves a big financial commitment. Bikes and equipment need to be in top shape for every type of trail and terrain.
When I crash, if something breaks, I would take it down to the bike shop that I'm responsible for, Scotts Valley Cycle Sport. They fix it up for me. They help me out with a lot of things. It is a pretty expensive sport, which is kind of the downside of it.
The commitment's pretty big. I mean, in the winter especially, because the trails typically get a little bit mucky. And so keeping the drivetrain clean so it doesn't, increase the wear on your chain and your cassette and your chain ring, and just keeping it in top working order, because you don't want the bike to let you down when you're on the trail.
Ethan is still weighing his options for the future, but one thing is certain, he will continue to ride.
I would like to go pro. It would be a lot of hard work, which I'm ready for. I don't know if college is the right path for me. Maybe community college, so I have more time to ride my bike. But I am not quite sure yet.
For Los Gatos Jr. Ethan Jeffrey, nothing compares to the feeling of racing a bike downhill. Ethan has been riding a bike since he could walk and has no plans of slowing down. With the pandemic and virtual classes, Ethan says he now has a lot more time to go out and ride and test out new trails. Robert and Aubrey, back to you.
Wingstop brings us the Wings of an Angel honor each week, where a student athlete talks about their favorite teacher.
Here's Kyra Morris from Presentation talking about her favorite teacher, Miss Sierra.
For my favorite teacher, I'll have to say Miss Sierra / Coach Sierra. She's just super encouraging, and even though it's her first year, she's making such a big impact. Even though it's a virtual classroom, she always encourages us to be great people and is always there for us no matter what. She'll back us up all the time.
Our Wings of an Angel teacher will receive a Wingstop gift card for doing such a great job.
Wingstop is also honoring Terry Blanchard, a Wingstop owner who passed away this past spring from COVID-19. Wingstop will be supporting scholarships for athletes of color in Terry's honor, those scholarships to be presented at our awards ceremony in June.
Coming up, a great matchup from the East Bay as Monta Vista meets Acalanes.
And softball action with College Park in Alhambra. 49ers Cal High Sports will be right back.
Got 6 + 1.
Wingstop for
Who ordered lunch to class? Chloe? Archie? Eleanor? Oh, so nobody will fess up? Fine. I guess I'll just have to eat it all myself. 10-piece lemon pepper with extra ranch?
Yeah, it's in there.
Awesome, thanks.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Piercy Honda, located right off Highway 880 in Milpitas, is where you will find hundreds of new and pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Low credit score, no credit, first-time buyer? No problem, Piercy Honda can help. Find us online at piercyhonda.com to search our inventory, calculate your payments, and even complete your purchase. Piercy Honda is home to great customer service, great deals, and a more convenient way to buy a new or pre-owned Honda. Go to Piercy Honda in Milpitas.
The Guzmans were about to close on a home they adored, but at the last minute, their mortgage company denied their loan because the unusual home didn't meet their usual loan requirements. Heartbroken, they turned to Tri-Counties Bank home mortgage loan specialist Vincent Pagera, specializing in custom loans for unique homes. His team quickly designed a creative solution, uniting the Guzmans and their home just in time. That's a perfect match. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By the Riker Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. And by the SORIANO Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine with SORIANO Group Real Estate, representing Palo Alto and the surrounding communities. I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
We are back with another great matchup with two very good East Bay teams. The Monte Vista Mustangs are coming off an 8-4 season with a first-round victory in the NCS playoffs.
The Mustangs traveling to Lafayette to meet an Acalanes team led by legendary head coach Floyd Burnshead. The Dons coming off a 9-3 season with star quarterback Brady Hutchinson throwing for 2,700 yards last season. Brady is now a senior and on the field as the Dons host the Mustangs Friday. Monte Vista down 20 players in the season opener because of COVID contact tracing. Mostly wide receivers and DBs. We'll see if they can hold their own against Acalanes. Under 4 minutes in, Don QB Brady Hutchinson drops back and goes long. Will Berrien is there on the receiving end. 7-0 Acalanes. A few minutes later, Hutchinson with pinpoint accuracy to Dante Montgomery, and Montgomery does the rest of the work, legging it out 40 yards in for the score. It's 13-0 Dons after one. The Mustangs get on the board in the second quarter. Gavin Cribb gets a handoff, and from 20 yards out, Cribb finds Pater. Monte Vista would score once more, giving the Stings the 14-13 lead. So with 6 minutes to go until the half, Acalanes goes with the reverse, and out of nowhere on the near sideline is Montgomery. He makes two Mustangs miss, and on his way in for 68 yards to the house, and the Dons would score once more before the half. Hutchinson rolling to his left, finding a diving Joe Evans. The score is 27-14 Acalanes at the half. Third quarter, Acalanes facing 4th and long. Hutchinson to Evan Malmquist for a Dons first down. The drive ends with an Acalanes TD. Brady dumps it to Joe Evans, who hauls it in. Dons up by 3 scores. Monte Vista not rolling over. Cribb gets the handoff, and he will have room to run. Over 60 yards Gavin picks up, and he gets tracked down near the 11, and the Mustangs pick up the drive in the fourth quarter. Rocco Schramm driving through a crowd of Dons on his way in for 6 to make it a 2-score game. And with 4 minutes to go, Monte Vista pulls within 6 on this Cribb TD. His third of the night, and he would finish with 235 yards, doing the most for the Mustangs, who get one more possession. Joey Carrillo spoils the Mustangs' chance at a comeback. The Davis commit tripping up the QB, and Monte Vista pulls through with the 33-27 win. Hutchinson, 256 yards.
Softball in the East Bay. First game of the season between Alhambra and College Park on Tuesday afternoon, and College Park jumps ahead early. Morgan Crosby gets on with a shot up the middle and moves to second after Lexi Seeley walks. Emma Wood knocks them both in with a rocket to the left field fence. Crosby and Seeley score to give the Falcons an early 2-run lead. Next inning, Abby Wood on second, and Maya Wheeler rips one down the third base line. Defense gets it in, but Wood scores for another College Park run. Big inning in the third. Jenna Pirro sends one out to center for a double, and Emma Wood follows that with a shot of her own. Pinch runner Duke Harris rounds third and heads home as Wood dives into third safely. After that, Jess De La Torre shoots one to right and knocks in Emma Wood. De La Torre will end up on third after Melina Mendoza gets on. Runners on the corner for Abby Wood. She gets one out of the infield, and De La Torre scores the Falcons' 6th run of the game. But Alhambra fighting back in the bottom of the third. Runners on first and second for Justine Carranza, who blasts one out to left center. Isabella Emmerling and Kira Nilsson both score to put the Bulldogs on the board. 6-2 is the score. In the fifth, College Park adds to their lead. 2-on for Abby Wood. She hits it to Justine Carranza at short. She makes the out at first, but Jess De La Torre manages to make it home in time. Final inning, and the Falcons are threatening once more. 2-on for Abby Wood again, and this time she rips one out to the fence. This one will score Jess De La Torre. 3 runs scored by De La Torre on Tuesday. Finally, Morgan Crosby started the rally in the first, and she knocks in the final run of the game. Play at the plate gets the last out after that and keeps College Park in single digits, but the Falcons start their season with the win, 9-2 over the Bulldogs.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's volunteer award goes to Alana Eisenberg from the Los Altos field hockey team. Alana is on the leadership board of the E3 Youth Philanthropy Program. The program focuses on educating, engaging, and empowering students in Mountain View and Los Altos to create positive change in the community. Alana is a youth liaison and a member of the marketing team for Compassion Week, an annual event in October that provides over 130 volunteer programs to the community. Alana is also a team ambassador for the Grateful Garment Project, which is a nonprofit organization that provides clothing and personal care items to victims of sexual assault. Alana talks about why it's so important to volunteer.
I'm actually fully deaf in my right ear. So growing up, I faced some challenges for that. I had to learn how to advocate for myself in the classroom, on the field, playing sports. So that really started my interest in helping others, because I wanted to help amplify voices that maybe were underserved in the communities.
Coming up, East Bay League action with Foothill and Livermore.
And back to the pool with St. Francis battling presentation as 49ers Cal High Sports returns.
We are back with East Bay League action with Foothill taking on Livermore.
The Cowboys coming off a 6-5 season with head coach John Wade having this program moving in the right direction. The Cowboys hosting a strong Foothill squad Saturday night.
Livermore getting ready for its Saturday night showdown against Foothill. The Cowboys have not beaten the Falcons in Pleasanton since 1993. First quarter, Nick Walsh hands it off to Jaden Payne, who powers his way through and spins into the end zone. 6-0 Falcons. Second quarter, the Cowboys in control, and Sean Smith absolutely launches it to Tyler Martin for the score. What a throw, what a catch. Livermore up 7-6 at the half. Third quarter now, and Walsh finds a wide open Payne, his second touchdown of the night. Foothill regains the lead 13-7, but Livermore gets it back. Fourth quarter, Smith hands it to Don Bellamini. He flies by the defense, avoids the hit, and finally taken down. He puts the Cowboys in great scoring position, and that's just what they do a few plays later. Cowboys on the 1-yard line, and Smith punches it in. Cowboys up 14-13. Less than a minute to go in the game. Foothill with one last attempt, and junior Xavier Gutierrez comes up with the huge sack to seal the win. Livermore gets the victory in Pleasanton for the first time in 27 years. Here's Cowboys quarterback Sean Smith on the big win.
This is amazing. We've been waiting for this for so long. Me and the guys have been training for so long. To come out here and beat Foothill for the first time since '93, I think. It's amazing. We're so excited. We're so happy to be here right now.
The St. Francis girls getting some final instructions as the Lancers take on presentation. Early action, this is Sophia Harvey for Prez, and she skips a shot from a tough angle, a nice goal there. But the Lancers right back as goalie Mason Spencer with a nice outlet pass to a streaking Courtney Okamura, and Courtney is fast and she can score. No answer for Courtney in this game. Here she is again, another lefty blast. Courtney headed to UC San Diego to play next year, but right now she's doing it for the St. Francis Lancers. The Lancers try it again, but this time Prez sophomore goalie Delaney Grau with a terrific save. But the Lancers in charge throughout. Open in front is Haley Moltz, and Haley fires a rocket to the back of the net. This time Moltz tosses across the pool to Okamura, who scores another of her 5 goals in the game, all in the first half. The Lancers breaking again. The pass goes ahead to Moltz with a little pump fake to give her some space to score. Perez battling in the second half as Sophia Harvey gets free and muscles in another of her 5 goals in the game. Harvey headed to Santa Clara next year. A strong goal right here by Harvey. One more for the Lancers who win big. This is Audrey Perron with the goal. Attaway, Audrey! A nice shot there by the Lancers. One more time for Harvey. This time in front with a player right on her, and still she rifles it home. The final goal here by the Lancers. It's Mia Puente scoring, and St. Francis will win it big. 5 goals apiece by Okamura, Moltz, and Harvey for presentation.
The Harker School honors top athletes for their work in the classroom each week. And this week's Harker School Scholar Athlete is Branham wide receiver Tristan Vanatigam. Tristan sports a 4.0 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. Earlier this month, senior Anna Vajaparambil was named California Journalist of the Year by Journalism Education Association. She will represent California at the national level in the JEA's Journalist of the Year competition, in which the top winner will receive a $3,000 scholarship. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Remember, if you weren't able to be at the game, we have entire game videos available for purchase on our website at 49erscalhighsports.com. Be sure to check out our social media for lots of fun content, including videos, news updates, and lots more. We're at 49ers Cal High everywhere.
Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on when new videos are posted each week. We have videos going back several years, so go to our YouTube channel to find your highlights from the past.
Coming up to the peninsula for Sacred Heart Prep and Aragon.
Back to the pool for Valley Christian and MITTY. We have games.
We've all felt this gap, the distance between what is and what could be. While he's tapping into his passion, the U.S. Bank mobile app can help you tap your way to your savings goals without missing a beat, so you can feed his passion. Earplugs not included. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.org. CalHope, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
DevCon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why DevCon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. DevCon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and MITTY wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know DevCon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. DevCon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley. Welcome back. Let's get some more football action from the peninsula as Sacred Heart Prep travels to Aragon. The Dons from Aragon with longtime head coach Steve Sell at the helm.
The Gators are coached by former Arena League and San Jose State star Mark Grebe. It's a great matchup as our CCS Monster game and our ADRIAN Soriano was there.
After over a year of waiting, it's finally time to play football here at Aragon High School as the Dons face the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. The Gators made it all the way to the CCS semifinals last year with quarterback Teddy Purcell leading the way. Teddy threw for over 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns last season, and he will be under center again for Sacred Heart Prep. For Aragon, look for sophomore Lloyd Walter to make an impact in this game. Lloyd will be playing both receiver on offense and defensive back on defense. It's Aragon and Sacred Heart Prep in our first CCS Monster game. The Gators not wasting any time to get on the board, give it to sophomore Andrew Latu, who dives in for 6, and it's 7-0 Sacred Heart Prep after 1. The Gators looking for more in the second. Teddy Purcell on the screen pass to Jackson Girard, who will take it all the way to the 1-yard line. Then just a couple plays later, it's Latu again finding the end zone, and it's 14-0 SHP. Aragon trying to answer back on their next drive. This is Andre Montilla on the carry, and Andre breaks a couple tackles for a nice run. But check out senior Will Mackey ripping the ball away, and he'll run for a little bit to put the Gators in prime position to score again. And that's what Sacred Heart Prep does a couple plays later. Purcell connects with Paul Barton for the touchdown. and it's 21-0 Gators. The Gators get another one just before the half. Purcell throws it deep to Barton, who makes the catch, and he'll walk in for the score. Aragon would answer back though. Darren Randolph heaves it deep down the far sideline for Alan Tenielu, who hauls it in for 6. It's 28-6 Gators at the half. Sacred Heart Prep continued their dominance in the second half. Jack Harrell now in at QB, and he connects with Will Mackey for the score as Sacred Heart Prep wins it 49-12 for their first win of the season. Here's Teddy Purcell talking about what it's like to get back on the field.
I mean, it's a lot of hard work. Even when it didn't seem like it was likely that we were going to have this opportunity, the team kept working. Lift, conditioning, practice, routes, whatever it was, their team kept working. And that's just a true testament to our team's hard work and dedication to being the best team we can be.
In San Mateo with the Monster Game, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Valley Christian and Mitty facing off in their first match of the season. The Warriors off to a hot start. Ryan Matarangas steals the ball away, a couple of fakes, and he fires one into the back of the net. Valley Christian up 2-0. Jeremy Elvander now sends it to Jack McLaughlin. He finds Matarangas in front, who goes top shelf. 6-0 Warriors. But the Monarchs get one back. Declan McLean all alone with the goalie, and he puts it away. Second half now, and McLaughlin finds Andrew Hitchcock. Hitchcock under pressure, but he blasts one in. Warriors up 10-1. Elvander to Matarangas. Matarangas doing what he does best, scoring. The UC Santa Barbara commit gets his game-high 5th goal of the match. Mitty coming the other way. Some nice passing, and Esteban Usuna finishes it, his 2nd of the match. Warriors in control. Indivar Nalaganda sends the ball over to Elvander. He chases it down and puts it away. Caleb Hernandez looking for his teammates, but decides to take it himself. He finds the back of the net for the 4th time. Warriors start their season off with a bang, with a 24-6 victory.
Albany's Construction brings us the Dirty Work play each week. This is a play by an unsung hero going all out for their team. Doing the dirty work this week is Delaney Grau from Presentation, the sophomore goalie coming in with the senior starter hurt. And Delaney, she did give up a couple, but she also made some really nice saves. Delaney Grau doing the dirty work just like Albany's Construction. Coming up, San Ramon Valley taking on Las Lomas in a big game.
And our Clover Sonoma Dairy Deja Vu. We'll check in with Hunter Bishop next.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, we get it. By Clover Sonoma, the #1 milk brand in Northern California and proud partners of the 49ers. And by Devcon Construction, build, design, perform, sustain.
We are back with our final football game of the evening, San Ramon Valley and Las Lomas. These two teams have long traditions for outstanding football, and this year looks to be no different.
The Wolves featuring 6'2", 200-pound junior quarterback Jack Quigley. For Las Lomas, look out for wideout Jaden Duffy, who's also an outstanding baseball player. The Wolves and Knights. Las Lomas hosting San Ramon Valley in a Saturday night thriller. SRV strikes first. Jack Quigley sets and launches downfield to hit Caden Ridley in the end zone. Wolves lead it by a touchdown after a quarter. In the second, it's the Knights' turn. Diamond Loosley throws a laser to Jermaine Land. He jukes back and forth past each defender and dives in for the TD. Las Lomas ties it up. Later that quarter, Wolves in control, and Jack Quigley fires it to Tyler Hoffman. Hoffman is knocked out of bounds, but later in the same possession, Quigley hands it off to Zadarian Nardi, who barrels his way in to put the Wolves back on top. But not for long. Very next kickoff, Jermaine Land receives the return, and he surely returns it. Breaks through the line and is off to the races. The rest of the Wolfpack helps push him into the end zone for an 88-yard kickoff return, and that is what we call teamwork. Land had a great showing in this season opener. Third quarter, and the Wolves are back on the attack. Quigley heaves it 35 yards downfield to Caleb Padrid. Officials say he's down at the 1, so next play, Quigley punches it in to put SRV up 21-14. Late in the third, Quigley gives it to a speedy ADRIAN Nardi. He runs it in, and San Ramon Valley is up by 14. But Las Lomas fights back. Diamond Loosley tosses it over to Jabri Bevino. The 38-yard reception gets the Knights in striking distance. Land scores his third touchdown of the night in the fourth, and Las Lomas keeps the momentum going. 3 minutes later, Loosley scans the field, looks, and fires to Lance Heinen in the end zone. The Knights tied up again. The score stays locked at 28-all in the final minute. Quigley lobs it over the defense to Caden Ridley. He turns on the Jets and can't be stopped. Ridley scores, and the Wolves take the lead, and they hang on for the final minute. San Ramon Valley wins their first game of the season. Nardi and Ridley each begin the season with 2 touchdowns apiece. Time for the Be Happy Play, brought to us by DGDG.com, where you can be a happy car buyer.
This week's Be Happy Play goes to
the Campo Cougars. Watch Max Weaver haul it in for 6, and Campo celebrates the win, their first of the season, and that is a happy team. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
It's Deja Vu. Clover Sonoma Dairy helps us look back at high school stars now grazing in professional fields.
This week, we feature former Sarah baseball and football player Hunter Bishop. Hunter was drafted by the San Francisco Giants as the 10th overall pick in the most recent Major League draft. He played in college at Arizona State. Hunter was great for Sarah in high school, hitting .426 his senior season, and was chosen as an All-American in 2015. Hunter played wide receiver for his senior season with the Padres, but ultimately decided on baseball over football. Hunter's brother Braden plays in the Seattle Mariners organization. The two have started the Susie Bishop Memorial Grant in honor of their mother, who died from Alzheimer's in 2019.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. It might be this play, but we'll see.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rankin Center.
I'm Andrew Havili, and today's training tip is a medicine ball slam. Ella's going to reach the medicine ball up, slam it down, and land like she's landing off of a jump. Okay, so this is to replicate how you would land if you were jumping way up and landing with force. Go ahead again. If you want to progress it, you can go a split slam, you can step into it, do whatever you want to do. This is a medicine ball slam.
The Service by Medallion Play of the Week always goes to the play we thought was the best of the best.
We count down the contenders, and then we will name this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
We start with Half Moon Base Tristan Hoffman with the catch. He's heading to the end zone. He has to avoid a defender spinning through, blast through 2 guys. A nice touchdown there. Sophia Harvey for presentation with a terrific skip shot for the goal. Here's Tyree Washington for St. Mary's, pounding through De La Salle players and diving into the end zone. Kira Blitzer from Valley Christian with a great backhanded shot. Here it is again, beautifully done by Kira. They are building a water polo program at Valley Christian. But the play of the week goes to Bellarmine water polo player Connor Long. That's right, his name is Long because he can hit a long shot. Here it is again, the full length of the pool. A perfect shot for Connor for the play of the week. That's the play of the week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week. We will meet the Pucci brothers from Northgate High School and how they help each other thrive on and off the field. We will see you then.